Library, would you support the spending of $1.2 million in general funds to restore Monday hours to all branches of the Sonoma County Library, which for the past 5 years have been closed Mondays for the first time in history due to a funding crisis?
Absolutely. In fact, one of my projects that I would want to do is I would like to expand the little teeny tiny satellite library they've got on Spouseville Road right now. Basically, there's a very small amount of books. It's for the locals only. You can have books delivered there if you live in the area, which I do. I pick up my books there. But I was in there one day, and there was 2 kids, and they were getting their library cards for the first time with their mom, and they each had a stack of books this big. And it was on a Saturday though, and it was for the 3 hours or whatever they were open. And I remember being a kid, and that's where we went. We couldn't afford books, but the library was where you could go and to open up your mind and open up your imagination. They have found that when parents read to their children when they're younger, that they're more likely to succeed later on in life. You know, they'll finish high school. Most of them will go on to college because they've been read to. And I just think that's a fundamental right of living in Sonoma County. Personally, we all at the county employees have an option of giving to United Way every year. And my donation, though small, gets added to others, and I actually chose Parks and Library as mine because it comes as a combination. Just because I feel that parks need to be funded, and I feel that libraries need to be funded.
Currently, we've been told by all 5 of the county supervisors that it's an earmarked parcel tax. It doesn't come from the general fund, neither did roads, by the way, and so they have no responsibility to help. It's not their job. You know, and the general fund is for other things. What would you say to that? Would you do that differently?
I would say they're not looking at it creatively enough, you know. Basically, you've got regulations and then you've got laws. Regulations are guidelines for how the laws should be interpreted. So for me, I don't know basically how tightly locked in that is.
It's not a law. It's basically
it's just
their
the way
protocols.
They do. Their protocols.
The roads also are supposed to be a dedicated tax, but they took
if,
$13 million from the general
yeah.
fund to pay.
And I believe personally that investing in childhood, especially childhood education, is really essential. But one of those things that goes hand in hand with educating children is encouraging that love of reading, and the only way you can do that is by having the libraries open. So I would find some way to make it happen. I would have to look at all the possibilities. I'd have to, ask people like you for input, because I believe that it's by getting a large gathering of minds bouncing off of each other. I'm sort of the free form. I believe that when ideas are freely expressed back and forth in a group of people, that ideas come together and we can actually accomplish things. They actually found at one of the large tech firms, they originally had people separated out and they weren't actually creating dynamic ideas. But as soon as you added this flexibility for people to move within the building, all of a sudden creativity grew. And so basically what I would want is a free-flowing concept of ideas where we could all come together, because that's where you develop the means and the funds to come up with it. I by myself could not do it, but if I had a lot of like-minded people who were there to help me and support me, I think we as a community can do anything we set our minds to. We're only limited by our imaginations or our desire. If your imagination is strong enough, if your desire is strong enough, there's nothing that can stop you from creating anything. At least that's what I was taught, and it's what I strongly believe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this.